the book is magic, and putting books in the hands of children, well, that's magic we were fortunate enough to be a part of in a partnership with 2 local elementary schools.
Last year, the staff here worked super hard to encourage each other to make donations so that we could raise enough money to surprise all the students at 2 local schools with books of their very own. Here, Chet and I talked to the staff members in Bozeman and Butte at those schools about the impact those books will make.
I am here with the team at Kennedy Elementary School in Butte, and we are talking about how excited you are that you're getting this book donation next week. So, Rebecca, you are the librarian. Let's start with you.
Yes, we would just
what you're getting and how you're going to use these books.
perfect. Thank you. We just want to say thanks to the Scripps Howard Foundation and KXLS for donating 4 books to all our Kennedy Crusaders. They are so fortunate to have you guys. We have gotten a book for each, or 4 books for each student in a bag, and on Wednesday they will be opening these up, and with complete surprise, they are going to be so delighted that they will be able to go on many adventures with these books and read for days and days. So we couldn't do it without you guys. So thanks for all the donations. Our Crusaders are very grateful.
How do these books impact these kids?
They impact these kids in so many ways. You know, sometimes they don't have books at home, or, you know, and they have the books from the library. And just with the pandemic going on, I think it's super important that we get these books into these kids' hands so that they can read whenever they want. And in the time that we're going through, that we are at home and stuff like that, this is a great alternative way of making, instead of being on their games and gaming devices, that they're picking up a book and reading one of the ones that you guys donated. So we're so fortunate, and thank you.
Has it been a challenge, and anybody can answer this question, has it been a challenge to make sure that they get books for the kids that are at home learning, since you all have been on the hybrid model?
Go ahead.
Holly, that hasn't been a huge challenge. Of course, we have some holdups with some students where they're not have the opportunity to come in every week to pick up their curriculum material or their books. But for the most part, it's worked out really well. We make accommodations if we need to. We'll set up different times that they can be picked up, the books or the curriculum, or we even have teachers who have been delivering books to students at their homes. So that is something that we've made adjustments with case by case with each student. So
that's fantastic. And Tina, what would you like to say? How do you feel like these books are going to impact the students? And what have you seen so far through the pandemic, as it's been a challenge to learn, but resilience we've seen has prevailed?
Absolutely. And I think the best part of this is that students that haven't been in the school setting are getting books that are handed to them, and our in-school kids also. And it's going to help them and give them the opportunity to gain relationships with family members and friends through reading a book. And that's in turn going to help all of our students in the most effective way to get that language connection that they could be missing. So there's, you know, every child getting 4 books. I always tell them, if you read 10 minutes a day, that's 300 minutes in a month. You're giving them that opportunity to do that with family and friends.
You are inspirational. I can't wait to see. I'm so proud of you all for making it through this year. I know that your parents and your kids have to be excited too. I make a promise, though, I want to come to that library and read with your kids. Okay?
Yes, please do. It's quite amazing. And
Well, thank you very much, Holly. My guests joining me this morning from the Whittier School, Craig Kiddo, the principal, and Jenny Tatrout, the librarian. Jenny, I want to start with you. Wow, books are just, they're everything to you as a librarian, but to your students as well. How big a deal are getting books into young people's hands this time?
I think it's so important, especially with the pandemic. You know, we had a few months there where students weren't able to come to the library and get books. And that was really hard. So it's really fun being back in school, and I get to see the kids as normal once a week, and they come to library and they're so excited to look at books and check out books and take them home. And really the only rule we have right now is that their hands have to be clean, and they can touch the books and browse the collection, and they take books home, and when they come back we quarantine the books just like people have to quarantine for about 3 days, and then we put them back on the shelf for the next kid who wants to check it out.
That's perfect. Craig, talk to me about was a fundraiser that we did through our corporation as employees of, gathering money to do all of this. How important is this for you to be able to physically put these books into the hands of kids for themselves?
It's nice anytime that the kids can take the book, they have some ownership in it, they can take it home, read it with their parents, and it's something that they take ownership. So anytime that you have that, it's a great opportunity for these children. And we have some purchase orders that we do for books to get them to their hands, but nothing like what we got through your guys' organization. And so to be able to give out the books, the book bags that we have, it's just incredibly important for those kids to have the ownership, take it home and be able to read with their parents, read with a sibling, grandparents, those kind of things. So that's super important, and it's pretty awesome.
Well, thank you. We're super happy to be a part of that as well. Jenny, reading is everything to little kids. It sets the tone for everything that's going to happen when they're our age. You can't get enough of it, can you?
No, I think it's so important, and honestly, that's like the best part of my job is when kids come to library and they pull books, and you see them sitting there immersed in that book that they selected, or all gathered around a book. It's almost like you can just see like their minds, their curiosity. And, I have around the library, I have signs that say, dream, explore, be inspired, create. And that's really what I want books to do for them. And it's just amazing to watch. It's the best part of my job.
That's perfect. And we're going to be doing that later this afternoon with Craig Kiddo and Jenny Tatral from the Whittier School. Again, thank you both for joining us this morning. I do very much appreciate it. And I can't wait to chat with you a little bit later this afternoon as we actually make the effort to get those books into those kids' hands.
Thank you. We very much appreciate it. It's an amazing endeavor by you guys. So thank you.
Very exciting.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break here on Montana this morning. When we come back, more headlines and, of course, Matt's forecast. Stick with us. More Montana this morning right after this.